Alright, how's it going, everyone? Welcome back. Let me just turn this music off, it's fucking annoying. Right, now that that's done, I actually wanted to cover the new weapon that Apex brought to with Season 8. Now, the new weapon is called the 30-30 Repeater. It is a heavy weapon, so it will consume heavy ammo and can take all the heavy attachments. And can I just say that this gun is absolutely amazing. After I'm done talking here and I go over what's going to be happening in the next video, I'll throw up some clips of me using it during an actual match and showing you how powerful this weapon actually is. And by far, one of my favorite heavy weapons to date. It actually instantly beat out the Hemlock for being my favorite weapon. Let's get straight into it. The 30-30 Repeater comes with a unique mechanic. This mechanic is a charge similar to the Triple Take and the Peacekeeper that we've gone over in previous videos. What this means is that once you aim down sights, there'll be a little bar on the gun itself. Once it's fully charged, it will do extra damage upon headshot and body shot. Does not change the multipliers of the weapon at all, but if you look at this weapon, its hip fire accuracy as well is kinda nuts. It does do 42 damage on body shot and should be doubled on headshots. Nah, 74, so it's a 1 times something. But with this weapon, a headshot fully charged is 100 damage, and I cannot stress enough how this is absolutely a game changer. This is what the longbow and G7 strive to be. Even without the charge mechanic, it still does 74 on a headshot. Its accuracy is absolutely insane, and I cannot praise this weapon enough. It is just fantastic. It is a semi-auto, so you can only fire 1 bullet at a time. But that's more than enough. With the accuracy on this thing and the fire rate, it's just hands down amazing. Now, as I said, it does take heavy attachments. Without any attachments, though, this is the sight that you get with a little dot on the middle, and you have 6 bullets in the chamber. Now, this is already decent enough. You can win battles with this because 4 to 5 shots is easily enough to take down any enemy, even with a red shield. But adding in the purple magazine will bring the bullet count all the way up to 12, therefore doubling it. We have got the new golden magazines that are introduced to the game. What these do, upon putting your weapon away, if I grab, say, a wingman, once I have my weapon out and empty out some of the bullets, when I switch to my other weapon, you will see in a second that on the right side of the screen, while I'm using this weapon, my repeater will be reloaded. And that is the perk of the new golden magazines that you can find everywhere. The golden barrels, however, have been removed from rotation, so you can't get those anymore. Those just increase your reload speed. It wasn't really a big change, so it didn't really matter too much, but these are absolutely amazing. It does contain the same amount of ammo as a purple magazine, and is in all of the weapon categories, all the way from light weapons, which you will see right here, heavy weapons, which I just showed you, snipers, I've lost it, oh no, there it is, it's called sniper one, and energy weapons. Shotguns unfortunately don't get the treatment, but with these ranges of weapons, I'm pretty sure you're not going to care. They're really good attachments. It doesn't make much of a difference. Like I said, during game, it's more of just the quality of life change. But if you do get the chance, obviously pick it up if you can. It might save your life. Now, the recoil on this already isn't that bad. It barely moves anywhere, while adding a standard stock of the purple rarity makes it literally just go nowhere. It stays completely still, as far as I've seen. Tests and everything. It just does not move. Scope wise, it can take the obvious normal scopes, the 1 times hollow, or the 1 times HCOG, sorry, the 2 times HCOG, the 1 times hollow, 1 to 2 times hollow, and obviously the 3 and 2 to 4 times. I think that's going to be it for the repeater, but let me just cover some other changes so we have an actual decent video. Another change that we've got in the game now is the R301 carbine and the VK4 flatline, or VK47 flatline, now have the ability to take up this new attachment, which I'm pretty sure it was an old attachment that got vaulted. I'm not too sure. If it was, I wasn't playing back then, so I wouldn't know. But the Anvil Receiver is the one I'm talking about. What this does is it trades ammo and rate of fire for damage on both the flatline and the R301 carbine. These attachments do only work in single fire mode, but make these guns absolutely overpowered. I absolutely hated the flatline when it came out. I'm pretty sure anyone who watched my videos know that this isn't one of my favorite guns. But after getting the anvil receiver, oh my god, this weapon is amazing. I mean, look at that. 43 on a body shot and 86, was it? On a headshot? Yeah, ×2 multiplier. The fire rate on this isn't bad at all. This definitely rivals the Hemlock. I think it outshines the Hemlock, actually. I haven't tested this one. I guess you're going to see it live. If you had to put this in single fire mode. Definitely. Definitely. With a Hemlock, even though you're going to be firing this fast, you're hardly going to hit any of your shots because they'll be moving all the time. Whereas with the flatline, if you do hit one of your shots, you will be doing a shitload of damage. With the R301, I don't think that the damage buff is significant. I'm not too sure. It's 35, not as good as the flatline, but it does have a slightly high fire rate. And headshots should be 70. Yeah. So, flatline's better, but if you do want to run an R301 because light ammo is sometimes more common in the game, not too sure about that. But it is an option, and it's there if you do need it. There was an attachment that was vaulted though. I'm not too sure what it is. I'll throw it up on screen now. But it wasn't that important. I mean, if I can't remember it, I definitely didn't use it, so. Another few changes that came with the weapons is that the Volt has been nerfed. Bullet damage for the Volt, if you look back at my energy weapons video, did do 16 damage. But now, with Season 8, the update brought a nerf to it that took the bullet damage down from 16 to 15 on a body shot. And 23 on a headshot. 23 on a headshot is still pretty decent considering that the Volt fires that quickly. Still not bad. You can still kill people with the Volt. It doesn't make that much of a difference in game, especially if you're playing on a higher ping like me. I usually play on 180 to 210 because my internet is absolute dog shite. But that's another change for you. And yet another change that has happened is to the alternator, which had its bullet damage increased from 15 to 16 on body shot, and then 24 on a headshot. Still pretty bad because of the accuracy, but I don't ever sleep on the alternator. The alternator is great if it's your first weapon that you pick up. It's way better than a P2020 without hammer points, I'm not gonna lie. Another change that has been made to the heavy weapons category is the Spitfire. Now the Spitfire has been given a... that is not a Spitfire. The Spitfire has been given a higher reload speed. Once you decide to reload it, you'll see that it's just a millisecond longer, or 10 milliseconds longer. It's not that much of a difference. I don't think it would make that much of a difference, but once the magazine is empty, the reload goes up to 3.8 seconds. And that can be game breaking. During an actual match, I'm pretty sure those 3 seconds could be saved by you easily switching to a different weapon. But with the new attachment that they brought out, the extended heavy mag, giving it the ability to reload while you switch weapons just makes this a whole lot more usable and user-friendly. I mean, while trying to fight off people with that and you run out of ammo, you just switch back to this and spray them down. It is honestly a game changer. I cannot stress that enough. As for gold weapons, the Wingman, Sentinel, Havoc, G7 and Alternator have all been removed from the full gold kit rotation. If you're not aware what those are weapons that you can find in crates that are fully kitted with all of their attachments, similar to Purple Rarity, but with each gold item having a little benefit. They cannot be removed from the gun, and they cannot be upgraded because they are the higher rarity. What has been added though is a fully gold R301, a fully gold 3030 repeater, a fully gold Mozambique, a fully gold longbow DMR, and a fully gold Spitfire. The final change that I'm aware of that has been made to the Apex arsenal of weapons is that the EVA 8 has had its fire rate increased. It's gone from 2.0 to 2.1. It doesn't make that much of a difference, but the EVA 8 for me is still just a really bad shotgun. Not because it doesn't do as much damage. It does do really good damage if you can get the aim right. The problem for me is that it has a habit of doing 14 damage. Like that. Even when you fully aim on a target. That's going to be all for me, guys. I'm pretty sure as soon as I get the new Legend Fuse, I'll review him. As far as I know, he is one of the most overpowered characters that have been released in the history of Apex. He's the only character that has a long-range damage ability, other than Caustic. Caustic's is more of a trap than it is a direct damage ability. And as far as I know, Revenant's ability barely does any damage. I think it's like 11, but the damage isn't its main focus. It's disabling the opponent's abilities. So, as far as I know, Fuse is the only character in the game to have that feature. I will be releasing a video on him as soon as I get him. I'm currently a bit low on Apex tokens. Is that what they're called? Legend tokens? I'm not too sure. But I'm currently low on them, so as soon as I get enough to buy Fuse, I will definitely give you guys a video on it. But for now, that's been all for me, and I'll see you in the next one. Good luck!